Hey guys, here today with the 2015 Toyota Prius Gen 3 Hybrid. This will actually apply to the 2010-2015 Toyota Prius. This is a Toyota Prius water pump, and what had happened was I had a P261B check engine code. So the check engine light came on. I have a scan tool, but of course you can go to AutoZone or a local auto parts, and you can borrow a scan tool to basically see what the code is when the check engine light comes on. So in my case, I saw the P261B and immediately my first instinct was, let's check the coolant levels on the overflow, because I've had an earlier a 2013 model and the coolant was low. It was actually a different code, but in this case the coolant levels were fine. The car was not overheating, thankfully. And so what had ended up happening is I said, you know what, let me look online, research it. And it turned out I've noticed other people have had the same issue with the P261B. It turns out it is, in fact, the water pump. So with 176,000 miles on the car, I wasn't surprised. So I'm doing this video because I want to show you guys you could definitely save some money by doing some homework on your own. I actually had a local mechanic replace the water pump for me for like $200, and I actually purchased the part myself. So I'm going to help you guys save $1,000 if you decide to do the repair. If you go to the dealership, I think they quoted me like $1,400 for the repair. So step one, obviously you have to diagnose, make sure you you do your check engine scan. And like I said, after determining it was the water pump, I actually called my local Toyota dealer, and they wanted like over $400 to order the part. Meanwhile, I went online and basically went through their website and was able to get the exact same OEM part that they were going to order for me for like $269 all in. And if you want to save some money, you can have the part shipped for free to the dealership, so you can just pick it up. And that's exactly what I did. I just shipped it, had it shipped to my local dealership. I ordered it like on a Friday, and by the following Monday it had come in and I picked it up. So the other thing you're going to need is OEM, the correct Toyota coolant, Prius coolant. They sell it right there at the dealership. So I recommend, if you pick up the water pump, get the coolant that you need. Maybe get it like a couple of gallons. I actually had some extra coolant left over. I think it took like a gallon and a half on the when we did the repair. So just to show you another thing too, I strongly recommend is make sure you guys buy the OEM part. It's an ASIN manufactured part. So if it's not OEM, or if you don't buy it through Toyota, it could be stamped ASIN. And I've heard like some people buy the ASIN parts. They've had like, I've seen the reviews on Amazon. People have bought these on Amazon, and you can spend, I think it's like $169 or somewhere in there. Honestly, I didn't choose to go that route because I've heard stories where they don't put the thermal paste on the circuitry, and that causes the pump to fail and overheat within a couple thousand miles. Like I said, it's up to you. I chose to go the OEM route, so I bought the Toyota ASIN water pump directly from Toyota with the Toyota coolant. So just to show you quickly like what happens to these, so I've already taken off there's a little nut there that you see on my lap. So basically what happens is this piece, the way you can tell that something's wrong, this should spin freely, and what's happening is it's really tough. Like it turns and then it gets like really tough to turn. So what's happening with the water pump after so many miles, and again, these can fail at various moments. Let me just pull this out and I'll show you. It's got magnets, so it's a little tough. So basically what happens is there's this plastic piece, and as you can see, it swells. And this is a very common point of failure. Now, I've seen videos where you could actually buy this rotor piece and rebuild the pump and basically put this piece in. So what happens is this piece basically fits in over the shaft, and then you put the screw on it and it turns. Like there's magnets that are, with the motor, it's actually turning the pump. And so that's basically it. That's the most common point of failure on these things. So there's essentially 5 bolts. So to do the job, I won't go into it because I didn't actually do the actual replacement, but there are videos out there that show you, and this is sitting below the air filter box on the right side, and you just basically can take that off, and with the right extension socket, I think it's 12 millimeters, you can remove these bolts and access it from the top of the engine. You don't have to jack up the car or anything. You will have to replace the coolant because you're going to lose some coolant with replacing this. But the good news is, honestly, I saved about $1,000 just basically ordering it myself on the Toyota website and going to a local mechanic that I trusted. He charged me $200 to put it in. It took like a couple of hours for him, and totally worth it. And the car is working perfectly. The other thing to look out for is make sure your coolant levels are not declining. You make sure that the coolant levels are stable, and also that the car is not overheating. The good news was it wasn't. It was just that P261B code that came up with the check engine light, and this basically fixed it. All right, guys, hope this was helpful. Good luck. If you have that issue, it's definitely fixable, and take care. Thanks.